IBM MQ and Apache Camel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use IBM MQ and Apache Camel in Spring Boot. Okay, let's get started. First, let me add the required dependency. For IBM MQ, if you watch my previous video, we added this dependency. These two dependencies are required for IBM MQ. Jackson Data Bind and MQJMS Spring Boot Starter. Then for Apache Camel, we need another two dependencies, which is Camel Spring Boot Starter and Camel JMS. Okay, let's uncomment this so we can use the required libraries for Apache Camel. Okay, so take note guys, for this demo I'm using Spring Boot version 3 and my JDK or my Java version is 17, right? So take note of this version because they are normally compatible with the libraries, the version of the libraries that I use. In this demo, I use for IBM MQ, I'm using version 3. And for Apache Camel, I'm using 4.3, okay? Take note of this version because sometimes if you use the wrong version, it won't work. So we have to be particular when it comes to the version. Again, the version of Spring Boot is version 3.3.1. Then the Java is 17. The IBM MQ is 3.0.6. Then for the Camel is 4.3.0. All right. After adding the required dependencies, we just need to configure the IBM MQ. As I mentioned in my previous video, these are the required configuration for our IBM MQ, and the details for this we can get from the how you call this, the IBM MQ let's close this IBM MQ web console. Right, let me show it to you again. For the queue manager, you just go to this home page, then click this manage QM, then you can see here QM manager, which is QM1. Then for the channel, you can go to communications, application channels, then these are the channels. As you can see, we use this in our demo, right? Dev admin server comp, see, dev admin server comp and QM1 as our QA manager. We use our IBM MQ is installed in our local, so we use the local host, and the port is because when we install the IBM MQ we use 1414. Yeah, this one. That's why our application need to use 1414, right? Then for the user the default is admin, and the password, when I installed it, I specified the desired password, which is password using 0. Right? Alright, then what else? After configuring our IBM MQ, we can use already our we can basically send message already to our broker using JMS template. As I showed in my previous tutorial, we use JMS template to send and receive message to our IBM MQ, right? So yeah, after sending and receiving, I want to there's another way also to receive the message from IBM MQ, and that is using JMS listener. So let me show it to you. So basically, we just need one annotation, which is JMS listener from Spring Framework. Okay, Spring provide this annotation. Yeah, basically we just need to annotate JMS listener, and in the destination we specify the name of the queue. So as you can remember, last time we received the message using the destination name, this one, queue, test queue name 1, right? All right, but this one is manual. If you want to receive it manually, this one is automatic. It's like we have every time we send message, this IBM MQ will notify us using this, right? So it's like we subscribe, right? We subscribe to this particular queue. So every time we receive, every time somebody send message to this test queue name, we will receive it here, so we can process whatever message we receive here. Okay, for this demo, we just simply print out in the console whatever message we receive. We can test this out. Okay, let me run it. Let's remove first the break. Because there's a lot of breakpoints here. Now we want to verify this particular line on this. Okay, so let's run it. So let's test this JMS listener annotation. So we send message. When we hit this endpoint, again, this will trigger this endpoint and will send message hello world, right, to this queue name. So after we send this, we expect our consumer, this one we annotated with a JMS listener, will be triggered, right? So let me send the message. All right, it's triggered. So we received the message, right? Hello world. So it's working. All right. So the next part of this demo is to use Apache Camel. So now it's clear already to us how to use JMS template to receive message, to send message to our broker, which is IBM MQ, and receive message from same broker. Okay, and then we can also subscribe using the JMS listener to the same queue name. All right, then, and the next one that I'm going to show you is how to use Apache Camel to integrate Spring Boot to Spring Boot application to our IBM MQ. Okay, so first, as I said, we already added the required dependencies or libraries, which is Camel, Spring Boot Starter, and Camel JMS. We don't need to configure anything in our application properties, but we still, for Camel to work, we still need to do some configuration here. Okay, let me first we need to configure some JMS transaction manager and JMS component. Why? Because we are going to tell Apache Camel to redirect our request to JMS component. That's why we need this, right? So let me uncomment this. So again, we need the transaction manager, bin, and JMS component. This is required. JMS component. Connection factory. Bin is for the Spring. So for Apache, we use for Apache library, we use the JMS component bin. Okay. Then JMS transaction manager, this is from Spring. Okay. So take note of this. JMS component is from Camel library, and the JMS transaction manager is from Spring. Alright. JMS component. So as you can see, the JMS component use the transaction manager. This is this one. That's why we define this. Alright. See why we use this again. Why we use this? We basically need only, because our in our Apache Camel configuration, we want to route the request to JMS, right? That's why we need JMS component. So we need to configure JMS component for that reason, right? Now this JMS component, it has some dependency like connection factory and JMS transaction manager. That's the reason why we need this, because of this dependency, JMS transaction manager. Yeah. So after configuring these two bins, we can configure already this Apache Camel route builder. Okay. So these are our Apache Camel configuration. So again, from once the Apache Camel received this URI, it will redirect whatever request, whatever message or how you call it, any data we pass to this URI, Apache Camel will redirect it to this component. What is this component? This is JMS component. Alright, so that's the reason why we have this configuration. This JMS component. Okay. Alright, so why we have this? This is actually the queue name. If you remember, in a while ago, we have here the destination. This is the queue name actually. So right, so whenever, based on this configuration, whenever we receive this, we receive a request to this, or whenever a sender send any request to this endpoint, it will be redirected to this JMS component, which particular JMS component via this queue name, test queue name, right? So I think that's it. We can test this out and see what will happen. Okay, let's go to our tester. All right. So we need to use here to send a message to this to this, we need to use a Apache Camel API, which is a producer template, right? You see this direct hello. We will use this template, producer template, to send message there to that endpoint. All right. See, this is provided by Camel library, producer template. All right. So producer template, all right. So basically, you use this API to send a message to this endpoint. This endpoint will be redirected to JMS. Take note, this producer template is Apache Camel. Okay, it's Apache Camel API. We use this API to send message to JMS. All right. So what message we want to send? This dummy message we send to JMS using Apache Camel. So how we do that? By sending this message to this endpoint. This is endpoint defined in our Apache Camel, right? So once we trigger this endpoint, Apache Camel API, which is producer template, will send message to this Apache endpoint. Okay, and redirect whatever message we send to JMS. How we do that? We do that using this router configuration. Right, we send to this endpoint, and then it will process. After processing, it will redirect to this JMS queue name. So we expect, since it will be redirected to JMS queue name, so we expect our consumer, which will consume this, will receive will basically receive whatever we send here. Hi, this is Apache Camel. We will receive this message to, yeah, we will because we consume this, we're using, this is JMS component. Okay, JMS component, it will receive the message because we reroute or redirect here to this queue. That's why we receive. Okay, let's run it for us to understand better. Let me remove the breakpoint first. So what we want to verify, that we will going to send the message here. Yeah, we will trigger this endpoint, then it will send this message, hi, this is Apache Camel. Then because this Apache Camel is this endpoint is configured to redirect to JMS, then it will be received here. Okay, why? Because of this router configuration. We send here, if any request sent to this endpoint will be redirected to JMS with this queue name. And since we have a subscription to this test queue name 1, we will receive here, right? Okay, let me run. Okay, so this time we hit the test endpoint, this one, right, to send to ask Apache Camel to send message to JMS. All right, so this one is, take note, producer template is Apache Camel API. We're using this to send message to JMS. All right, you see, we receive it. The message is from, this is, hi, this is Apache Camel. All right, this is from this, right? So the source of the message is from Apache Camel, and JMS component receive it. This is Apache Camel. All right. So I think you learned new interesting topic again. This one is Apache Camel and IBM MQ integration technologies. We use them in Spring Boot application. This is very simple demo for this two integration technologies. I hope this is a good start for you uh, to further learn more integration technologies. Okay. Again, thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good one. Bye bye.